we're back for another video. Now, today, slight change of plan. I was going to do one that I've been waiting to do down the marsh, but unfortunately I can't do it because all the farmers are down there today doing the harvest, so obviously we can't do that. So what I'll do that on another day for you. Apologies for that. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to head over and do Clenchwarton Part 2. Been meaning to do this one. Again, it does take us to the river, so we're going to do a new river walk and a bit of a dog walk. So anyway, come on, travel with me. Let's take a new walk through Clenchwarton. Okay, so you will remember we were here last time. As you can see, we're at Clenchwarton. So, Clenchwarton Part 2 today. We're going to head down Hall Road next to me, and we're going to head down there, and we're off down to the marsh. So you meet me there. This is going to take you a couple of seconds, but you'll meet me there. We're going to reminisce on old times where we used to be. Okay, catch you in 1 second. Right, so we've made it. As you can see, country roads. I'm sure locals who are watching the video who know Clenchwarton will know where we are. And where are we? Just a bit up there, the road as well. And we're going to be heading up through the gate here. Now, I've not been up there since, wow, a long time. Since I was about 12, 13, something like that. So let's see how it's changed, what it looks like now. And yeah, let's reminisce. Right, okay, so keep clear everyone. Here's the gate. We've been up here for a long time. Let's have a little look round. Also, there's a few people here today. We'll just zoom that out a little bit. Of course, it's warm, absolutely warm. Now, I'm sure some people will remember this. Now, as you'd have seen on other videos, as we did for Tarrington as well, if you head that way, or the bank is that way, obviously if you keep going that way, that will take you to Ongar Marsh, which we've been to before. So, but yeah, anyway, I think this is kind of how I remember, sort of. So, anyway, let's just have a little look. Now, I think this is how I kind of remember. God, it's been so long ago up here. Difference is now, got the older wind turbines now. We didn't have them there before. No further comments on them. Anyway, let's, obviously we're right near the riverbank. King's Lynn kind of that way, which on the camera will be that way for you. Anyway, I'll turn it this way. So, wind turbines, King's Lynn kind of behind me. Oh, it's so warm, really warm today. Anyway, let's turn this around so you can see what we're like present day. So that's the slope we come up. Cycles and that you'd be okay. And prams, it's kind of soil, flat and grassy. I wouldn't really want to take mobility scooters up there, and prams that's a bit of a slope. But it's doable. It's kind of doable. And then as you can see, we've got the nice wild kind of grass there. So King's Lynn that way, and then we'll head around. Let's just come this way. We've got the hedgerow in front, and obviously the river is just kind of the other side to us. So we'll have a look round. Right, so bit of a slope, and let me just head down here a bit. And as we can see, looks like the tide is out as well. So you can walk down along this bit as well. Now, people obviously who've seen some of the video on the channel, so if you head down that way, that will take you to the West Lynn and the West Lynn Ferry. Check that video out. Obviously we have, let's just zoom this in a bit for you. Obviously we've got King's Lynn out there, and I can already hear geese. So we'll come along the river bit here, see what we can see along here. But it is a popular dog walking route, not one I've kind of done yet, not as a dog walk anyway. You can see how how far the water's out. If we go to the edge here, let me zoom that in a bit more. Just come out here. We can see some of the birds here. What we'll do, we'll get some shots for you while we're here. Some of the gulls in the water. Let's just come back out. And all the geese are right out there, right out on that. There's a stretch that's just kind of bare. Now, I'm going to zoom this in. I'm not sure how far we'll get in. Look at the geese. Don't know whether I can zoom it now. It's about as far as I can zoom. But yeah, all the geese are out on the stretch there. So let's just come out there then. Right, so let's just have a little wander down. Now, I've not done this for a while. Like I said, there's a few people here today. But there, tell you what, you can really smell the sea today. But I wanted to take you down here. This is kind of Clenchwarton Part 2, and I can remember coming down here as a kid. And we used to cycle, at one point, you know, we used to cycle all the way from Ongar, all the way down to here and then back out to Clenchwarton. And I had grandparents who were out at Clenchwarton, so we used to pop in there. Anyway, no, dog's sniffing about. Anyway, let's turn this around. So if you do come around, the grass is very, I like to say very deep. It does squidge down, so again, it'd be hard going on cycles, especially if you got youngsters on cycles. But it's a nice walk. It's a good walk area. Anyway, while we're down here, I know there's not kind of massive amounts, but let's turn the camera around and have a look at the old water again. So let's have another look at of nature. It's really bright today. I'll tell you, I've got a job to see it on the screen. So bright. You can see some of the birds. Obviously, this is a great ooze for people who don't know. And obviously, if we come back this way, this will obviously, like I said, take us to King's Lynn. And if we head back out this way, and you do sometimes see the boats up and down here, obviously that will eventually take you out to the mouth of the Wash and then out onto the North Sea. But we'll see if we can get a bit closer to these geese down here anyway. Let's go and let's take a look. Whew. That is warm. That is pretty warm. I think it's meant to be about 24, 25 today. Now today we're filming on my Osmo 6. I've not used this for a while, and most of my filming I tend to do on just on the old selfie stick and the old iPhone. But yeah, we thought we'd give this a go anyway. But trampling along now. Just to be aware, there is bits of rubbish that unfortunately people have left, and I have seen some doggy doo-doos. So please be aware, if you come down here, you may need the right footwear, or if, like I said, if you've got young kids and that, just check your footing. Most of it's okay. So, but it is a nice little walk along the river. So. Now I would have got out a little bit further, but it's not the sort of marsh that you really want to get onto. You can get stuck. So we'll stick to the bank like we need to, and let's just see what else we can see from here. Now we all like to see some of the vegetation. Look at that. Now I'm not sure. We'll leave that for the comments for people to advise what they are. So lots of that along here, and like I said, if we let's have a little look back this way. So obviously we've walked along the bank here on the inside. There is two sides of this. Obviously this is the bank just here, and you can walk the other side as well, like I showed you. So well, lovely blue sky today, I have to say. But yeah. Let's have another little walk. Like I said, there's a few people down here today. It is a popular dog walk. And it's quite nice to have a little relaxation. as we wander down. Like I said, unfortunately I couldn't get out to do the video I wanted to do today, so but the harvest must be taken in first. Let's just have some look at this. These are the sort of views you get to see if you like a walk along the river. But it's really quite tranquil here. What I'll do, I will just keep quiet for a quick second, see if we can hear these geese. And as usual, not talking now, are they? Anyway, come on, let's have a little wander through. And what I've done, just to show everyone a bit of everything while I'm here, we're going to just wander back up to the top of the bank. So like I said, there are several sides to this. I'm pretty certain years ago they used to have cows up here when I was younger. But I can't... They've definitely got hay, look like they've baled up. But no cows today. What we'll do, we'll have a wander all the way down to the end, and then we'll come back. Like I said, you could actually walk for bloody miles and miles along here. So, and I believe at one point, as we can see, they're not really ready yet, but there is some through there. Obviously, remember picking blackberries and that sort of thing from here. So actually, you might be able to see some of the blackberries there. Anyway, I can remember picking them off when we used to come down here. And I've got a feeling this might have been the path that we used to cycle on. This one is a lot harder. So if you go actually on the bank, which technically I'm on now, that is a lot easier to walk on. At the moment it's quite short, and you could easily, especially in the summer because it's quite warm at the moment, it's quite hard, so it would be easy to cycle on. Now I'm hoping this hedgerow opens up in a moment, because I want to get back down to the water's edge again. So, oh, it's really warm today. Good to reminisce though. Like I said, not been down here for so long. Like I said, I'm in my 50s now, and I'd have been an early teenager when I was here last. But I know I've been wanting to do this as part of the Clenchwarton package, and I know there's some other people I know from Tarrington and that, and maybe who don't live here now in the UK would like to see how Clenchwarton and that is now. Anyway, let's turn this around, and then we'll have another little look. So we're coming up to the end now. Now there's lots of gates. As I said, you can see the animal gates here. And let's have a look at this sluice gate we've got. Now some people wouldn't have seen these. So let's just have a little look. Now have a look online for technical specs of sluice gates and all this sort of thing. Obviously we've got some signage there. But obviously when you get on the land, a lot of them have dikes like we see down here, and the water flows through. Let's just come around. So as you can see, the water comes off from the land, comes in these dikes, and then eventually it will come round to these gates just here, and obviously it'll then flow out onto the river, and that is controlled through the sluice gates. So, right, you been enjoying that, dog? Was that good? You're a bit warm now, aren't you? Anyway, but yeah, that's the West Lynn sluice gates. And I'll show you the other side. We just walk down this bank here. So obviously that's the way we've just come along the front here. And then we have all the geese in front of us. Just have a little walk. Now obviously you have to be careful. I know this looks kind of easy going with these rocks and that here, but it's really quite dangerous really. So if you have got youngsters in it, just be aware. Loads and loads of Canada geese, as we can see. Let's just have a little zoom in, see what they're up to, see how far we can get in. We can get a decent way in. It is really windy today. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Let's blow on the old Osbo a bit. See how far we can get in. Look at that. Loads and loads of Canada geese here. They're really taking the best they can. As you can see, there's another kind of where the water comes in over there, and it obviously meets the ewes. But yeah, loads of Canada. Anyway, let's zoom this back out and we'll have a look at the sluice where it comes in along the river. So, let me just stand on this one bit here. We can see we've had some dogs here already. But yeah. So, sluice gates, as you can see. And obviously that, as you can see, a little bit trickling down there now. And that's obviously where the water would come in. Let me just show you up this end here. If I just zoom that in a bit. And you can see some of the water trickling in there. So the sun's really just not quite the right position for us today. And that's obviously where the water from the dikes meets the ewes. Anyway, let's we're going to take a walk, slow walk back that way, and then we'll finish off. So there you go, bit of info for you. Like I said, I'm no expert, so read up on it and find out the correct info. I'll just tell you my little bits that I've kind of seen when I've been growing up here. But yeah, really nice, quiet kind of dog walk. New dog walks are added to the list. I'm pretty certain I've got a dog walk playlist, so I will put that. I'll put Clenchwarton Part 2 in there as well. Really, really lovely. Few odd flies here today. So, but we'll have a slow walk back. What I'll do now, I'll turn the camera around so we can just see our last little bits, and then we'll finish off. Oh, really nice and quiet. Lovely, nice and quiet. Whew. So we'll have our last little look on the river. What I'll do a nice little video at the end where you haven't got me waffling on, and we'll do a nice little 20-second ending to the video, and yeah, you can enjoy a nice little pleasant walk. Oh, I keep doing that, don't I? It's really warm. Oh, definitely picked a nice day for it. So that is Clenchwarton Part 2. And that shows the bit of us starting at the top of Hull Road, coming through all the narrow roads, map it, and and that takes us to the Riverbank and to the, as I call it, West Lynn Sluice Gate. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a bit of a different one, and that kind of finishes off our Clenchwarton one. I'm going to come back later in the autumn, so I haven't forgot about the Pirate's Grave, but we're going to come back and do another bit in the village, and then what I'll do, we'll capture that grave then, so I haven't forgot. Oh dear, I think it's getting a couple of time. So thanks for watching. If you have subscribed, really a biggest thank you ever, and I can't thank you enough. And if anyone hasn't subscribed yet, why not? Why? Yeah, if you can help support the channel and subscribe, no cost. Don't forget, we don't charge anyone for watching my stuff. Well, that's because you pay YouTube Premium, like I do. So, anyway, I will catch you in the next one. We will be out and about soon. And we do have another trip outside of the UK later in the year. More details to follow. So, have the nice rest of your weekend, nice little break, and get your feet up, rest, lots of rest. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, and I'll see you very soon.